Hello and welcome to the Jabbermouths Holiday Special. I'm Ethan.
I'm Santa's number one elf, Barrett.
And with your host, JD.
Oh, but that kind of on the rest of us. Oh, declare
Yeah.
yourself the big host. Oh, you get to wear the
I
crown.
opened.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
just an inference to what this movie's gonna be because it's so bad. We're gonna talk about it. It's a romantic comedy that attempts to shit on other romantic, like say it's better than other romantic comedies, when it's really just gross.
That's like the person who stepped in dog shit wants to point out somebody else and goes, ha ha, you stepped in dog shit.
Right? They smell the dog shit and they're like, "You stepped in it. It must have been you." And you're like, "I can see it on your shoe, buddy. Obviously, you're the one who stepped it." And he goes, "No, it couldn't have been me. It was you."
Or a better one is they stepped in dog shit and they're like, but like you laughed, but then they also tried to laugh and make it part of the joke and they haven't washed their shoe yet. And you're like, dude, get the f*** out
They're
of
trying
here.
to walk into your apartment or your house with the dog shit on.
Isn't it funny?
They invite themselves in.
What year is this? 2020?
This just came out.
2020.
Yeah, this just came out like a month ago.
We watched Holidate, the Netflix original film.
Which obviously,
Shame on you, Netflix.
Really?
Shame.
I mean, I feel like that's just of all the things they've done though, all the fuck ups recently. This one, this is more of a this was gross.
Cuties.
See,
Cuties.
way worse. I'll take 10 of these over cuties.
That's
at least.
true. Like that's literally the one thing. Like,
Although instead of just sexualizing kids, they just found an actor who looks like one and went that way with it instead. In Emma Roberts.
Okay, that was quick.
Well, Emma Roberts is a great actor, and she obviously she's probably, well, I don't know, she might be a terrible person, but I don't care.
We don't know yet.
She forever looks like she's in middle school.
that's true.
Like she's like, we talked about this the other day. She's the Jim Parsons of fucking women actors. It's ridiculous.
What is Jim Parsons to you? The nerdy guy?
No, he never ages.
That is true.
Jim Parsons is like what, like 50, 55?
Jim Parsons?
Yeah, he's really old.
Did you not know he's really old?
I know he's old. I don't know how old.
I don't think. Yeah, I think he might be late 40s.
Late 40s, definitely.
But in Big Bang Theory, he plays like a 20-something. Successfully.
He is 47. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
47 playing.
How can I look like that at
Right,
47?
he's like the
That's
Jonas
What's
Brothers,
his
but
secret?
way later in life.
What is his secret? I have to know.
Dating on the holidays.
And that's
It's weird.
so the obscene amount of like dates you need. Like, why? What horrible family do you live in where everything has to have a date? Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo and we're all white. You better bring a date to this taco truck.
Right?
What?
It's St. Patrick's Day. You better bring a date with you to the bar.
Hey,
right?
it's
Like,
Mother's
what?
Day. I'm gonna chastise your date in front of you.
It's Easter. I'm gonna make sure that I tell our doctor friend to show up in a bunny suit to surprise you, quote unquote, and try to be your date. Like it's weird.
So
it's
the
gross
whole,
and weird. I don't like it.
The whole plot of the movie is Emma Roberts' character, I can't remember her name.
Is just
Who
lonely.
cares?
Is a lonely bitch who and all her family realizes that and is trying to like hook her up with someone and she's sick of it. Mm-hmm. Right.
But then if also it's just stop being the worst. It's so like everyone's trying to hook up. And she's like, stop getting involved in life. And then stop bringing up your drama. Stop being in such a bad attitude.
Right.
Figure yourself out, please,
Right.
for the love of God.
I bet and I don't know. It's touch and go, right? Because there's that anxiety of family stuff, and I totally get that. I'm sure Ethan gets it, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Not nearly as much, but
I get it to an extent. That anxiety of going home to see family, and you're like, I have to fulfill this specific image, or it's just going to be a bad time all around, and I can understand that. But it's just so overplayed. I don't like it. She can't just put a fucking smile on for 2 hours and go home.
right?
That's it.
Yep.
Move on.
No.
No, and it perpetuates that you have to be in a relationship to be happy. It's one of those
And you wanna
movies
know the
that
worst thing?
really shoves that narrative.
Yeah, because like all like we should mock the people at the beginning of the film for like keep insisting like it's like you've been single for 6 months, you need a relationship, honey. And then the worst thing is in the weird way at the end they win. They technically win at the end of all
They
of it.
totally win. And it's weird because like there is no winning though, right?
It
because
feels like
even the people who are like we need to be in a relationship and are happy for other people being in a relationship, they're like, oh, but not theirs because they rushed into it because they use the brother as that example because they're only together for what 3 months
Yeah.
with his girlfriend, and then they
3
get
months
together.
and 6 days.
And so
Yeah.
there were a lot of like, there are a lot of movies like this where, it's just like, I'm the single person in life and all our friends pressure like, you need to meet someone. And then they end up
Right.
doing it. I like to imagine it's like, just like this weird, God, what do you call it? Like, it's like a weird boomer subliminal message. Like, if we pause the moment at the right time, it's like the spiral in the center of the TV screen. It's like, procreate, find someone, procreate.
Yeah, this,
Like, what the fuck?
this overwhelmingly, I feel like we came to the consensus, feels like this was just an old white man's interpretation of what the young kids
it's
want to see in a
not.
romantic comedy.
It's not.
No, we
It's-
saw who the writer was.
A woman.
Well,
How
okay,
dare
old
you?
white woman. I don't know what you want me to say here.
Well, let's okay before we completely.
Let's figure out how old.
I'm saying I'm not saying that she's not. I'm saying that's how it felt.
That's
Right.
You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah,
That's how it came
It
across.
felt like a boomer trying to write a millennial.
Yeah, well, I mean, even from like I'm trying to think. A
I mean,
statistics
she's
context.
middle aged. She's totally middle aged.
Middle
Even
age.
from like a statistics by today's standards kind of thing, diversity was almost non-existent.
Non-existent.
whatsoever. It was
White
almost
people and
100%
black
white.
people.
And one Asian person.
Yeah,
There's
no,
one
no.
Asian
There's
person.
the few Asian people.
I mean, actual relevant characters.
That's true.
Not just
Yeah.
background people who, or
Man, I
or
love
only
this-
family members who don't speak ever.
I love this reality where there are no gay people. How dare you?
Yeah, and homosexuality.
It's only
is
men,
non-existent.
women.
Right in 2020, it's just not a thing that exists. It's bleh. I don't know. I felt myself a lot of times going, if this came out in like 2002, I could at least swallow that
Yeah.
because it's a product of its time more, right? This came out in 2020. This is just weird. I don't like it.
Oh my
And
god, I'm
it's
angry.
at
On so
least
many
half
fronts.
an hour too long.
At
yeah.
least. Oh my god. And they just to
They
add to
milk
that.
it.
Well, they milk it, but just to add to that narrative of we're trying to market this to young audiences, to like kids, they just like fucking shove Vine stars in there. Like old Vine stars who are now, I'm imagining, YouTube celebrity, Instagram
have no
celebrity,
idea.
something like
I don't
know.
care. I don't follow
Like
them.
King Bach, I think is in it. Is that how you say his
don't know.
name?
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
how to say his name. The other black person in the movie, his friend.
See,
Yeah.
it sounds bad, but I guess whenever I see that guy, all I can, like in any medium, I always just think, oh, so that's the quality we're going for. Like, he is a horseman of the apocalypse of quality, in my opinion.
I will agree with that, except for one example, and that's The Babysitter, which is also a Netflix original, and also directed by the producer of this movie, whose name is McG. The Babysitter is actually a really fun movie because it plays into people like King Bach being a fucking nuisance and murders them in really funny ways. And that's interesting. Like, I enjoyed
Okay.
that. That was actually a lot of fun. Like, Bella Thorne is in it and people like that who, in the mainstream, are kind of annoying a little bit and kind of play into that drama a little bit to, fuel their fame. And they use that in a comedic way and it's enjoyable. That's not a thing here. He's fucking annoying. For all of the movie, he is every scene he's in bothered me. Mm-hmm. He's I don't know.
He's supposed to be like the male like guiding force for like the male male main character.
Right, who is
But-
intentionally wrong, it feels like the entire time.
Yeah,
and
like,
inconsistent.
completely inconsistent.
First he's like, yo, you don't want a girl getting too attached. Then later, yo, I can't believe that bitch broke your heart. I'm here for you.
and I
then
also want
yo.
to bang his sister.
And then I kissed this woman once and she's married and has 4 kids, but leave your doors open.
Right? Like,
I don't.
it doesn't make any sense. And again, that comes out later because he kisses at a Halloween party the sister of Emma Roberts' character.
Who we should
And-
figure out the name of.
And that comes out at like Thanksgiving, which like ruins her marriage, and
They
she's
say
married
it.
to some- no. I'm arguing that they ruined
Sloane.
it.
That's her
Sloane.
name.
Sure, Sloane had technically cheated, which they don't even show on the screen.
No,
I don't
no.
know why.
Sloane is the main character.
Oh,
main
Sloane's the main.
character.
Okay, Sloane's sister.
Abby.
Yeah. Abby. Yeah.
Abby, it was Abby.
That's how horrible this movie is.
Abby cheats, even though again we don't even see that on screen, and I don't know why.
And it's a single kiss, I guess, and maybe she's drunk.
right, which isn't
not
good.
an
It's
excuse.
still not good, but it's more manageable than I slept with this dude. Right, like
Right.
in my opinion. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
different with everybody.
Yeah.
but it's more manageable, especially when you have a marriage with 4 kids, right? There's a
Yeah.
little more leeway there, in my opinion. I obviously have never been there. So
True,
Right.
but I
I'm not
agree.
ready to have 4 kids anytime soon. Ethan has enough time taking care of the 2 of us.
Yeah. I don't need 2 more. I don't need 4 more of them.
Yeah. But
Well, so
it's just like their marriage gets fucked up. Like they literally just throw that plot line out the window because they run out of time.
So there's an entire scene that is in the movie that is used, I think, for one joke, and it's the scene, I guess, after Cinco de Mayo or one of those holidays where they wake up in Jackson's living room and she's
Yeah.
on the floor wearing
Jackson
his
is the male
male
lead.
main character.
Male
The
lead,
male
yeah.
lead, just so we're all know.
Your
It's
your
got to be
generic,
heterosexual.
handsome Australian man.
Right.
Yeah, who's a pro golfer?
And they couldn't afford Chris Hemsworth, like one of the Hemsworth brothers.
It
Even
feels
the
like
cheap
he was kind of filling that void.
Yeah.
It really does.
That is exactly what he was doing.
But then I think that's rude to say to the actor.
He did a great job. I'm saying when they casted him, they
Yeah.
said we want a Hemsworth, but we can't afford a Hemsworth,
That's
so
true.
we got him. I'm not saying
Well,
he's bad at all. I
that's
think he acts fine. I think all the acting, for the most part in this movie, is fine.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just
But-
the writing that makes me want to rip my
right? The
eyes
writing's
out.
bad, the cadence is bad, the editing is weird sometimes, but mostly I think they did the editing well. That's a whole
But,
other
hang on.
segue. Let's not
there's
lose
still-
that. Yeah.
There's still this whole scene where they wake up and they're like, did we have sex? Did we not have sex? I don't know what's going on. And then we never touch it again.
I don't know that we needed
I
to
don't-
touch it again. I just don't
I
feel
don't
like that scene
think we
needed to
needed this
exist.
scene.
It's true.
Yeah.
Period.
Or how about the bartering woman who's like, hey, yeah, like I'm gonna sell
yeah.
this $8 pair of
Yeah.
khakis. I'll give it to you for $40. No, fuck off.
They're in
Dude,
line
you're-
to
I
return
know.
the shit, and this girl's trying to buy
barter.
it using a fucking pretzel coupon, and we
Hey,
never
them
see her
pretzels
again.
are really good.
That's fine.
I would
Why?
kill for a big pretzel right now. That sounds so good. I need a big
I'm a-
pretzel after this movie.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big pretzel fan very much.
I need you to leave this couch.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Our next
I've never
that's
seen.
gonna be Jabbermouths. Our next episode will be hosted in this closed down Wetzel's Pretzels at the Burbank Mall, closed for COVID.
You'd be surprised, actually. Because I have to see it every day. A bunch of malls are actually open, and
Yeah.
they really, I don't think should be.
Oh, yeah.
But they are.
I don't know.
So
Well,
you're
a lot
saying
of restaurants this time
they're-
around are just saying, with the stay-at-home order and everything, they're like, no, we're just not going to do it.
So you're saying there are pretzels?
I would
There's
imagine
probably an
somewhere,
Annie's
yes.
pretzels in somewhere.
Oh,
I've only
I
seen
would
one
love a big
closed down
pretzel.
restaurant, and I don't even call it a restaurant, like a closed down food place, and I totally get why. They sell frozen popcorn. That's what they sold.
Frozen popcorn?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
You mean dry popcorn?
No, it said on the fucking sign.
like ice cream
it said
popcorn?
Frozen popcorn. No, I don't know, because it said frozen and then caramel, and it had a bunch of flavors. I'm like, I get the caramel and I get the cheese. Why do you have frozen popcorn? Is that a thing? Is someone buying?
Wait, was it like frozen caramels, frozen ice
No,
cream?
it said frozen popcorn.
Oh.
Like the words were together.
Okay.
I am confused, and I don't want to Google it because I don't want to know. I don't think I care that much, but just enough to talk about it.
So one thing I do want to bring up with this film, and I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen it a few times as well on Hulu, is this is a, I guess I would call it like it's a weird like streaming service thing where they decide to add swears or like swearing or make it the TVMA where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
you know,
they just
where
say
just adds
fuck
in
for the
fuck,
fuck of it.
but they don't need it. You know, it is
No.
absolutely not needed at all. It's actually the same how I felt with the Hulu series Dollface, where like the way like the cinematography worked and how it looked, it felt like a series you would see on like ABC Family. But then of course occasionally like every 3 minutes they have to look at their watch and go, oh fuck this. Like that's like every 3 minutes I have to say the fuck word because like, oh we're a serious streaming show. No, you're really not. You're pretending to be something you're not.
I'm trying to remember Dollface. I don't.
It's just on Hulu. I got halfway through the season and I just kind of wandered off. You're not
All right.
missing much.
I'm not gonna give it a shot then. Fuck that. But yeah, it dilutes the like. I swear a lot in conversation, but in movies, they should have relevance, right? There
Right.
should be gravity behind using words like that, right?
Right,
That's
that's-
why when you use them, you feel the relevance behind it, and you don't feel that in this movie at any point.
Right, that's the fun with PG-13 movies is you get one of them.
You get one.
right? And
It's
you
a
have
big
to
deal.
use it.
It
Work. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's always a
But-
really big deal when it happens.
but on Netflix you can just scream fuck and then one of your friends gets his finger blown off.
that actually, like, there was some cutting and some jokes that I think landed really
worked.
nicely.
Yeah.
I just wish that, I don't know, they just shoved this kind of narrative of you have to be in a relationship, but it has to be this weird framework of a relationship.
We have to drag our feet for a year in our 30s, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Is this Japanese reality television?
Yeah, I
Oh
found
my god, let me tell you about the Netflix show Terrace House, where it's just, like, it's just a Japanese dating, show. But they take months. They've known each other for 5 months, and nobody's even held hands. Oh my god, it makes me, like, irrationally impatient. And it's like that, where it's like, hey, we're gonna sit around and do all these sexy things together for a year, but no actual kissing. Or, like, even fucking, it's just, like, looking at each other like, alright, see you later.
Well, my issue is this. They want to fuck from, like, the first time they go on a date together, right? What was that?
New Year's.
New Year's.
Yeah, the first real date they go with each other New Year. And, sorry, I'm rambling. New Year's is when that first happens. And months pass before the next date. And there are sometimes...
No, it's Valentine's.
That's 2 months.
It's a month and a half.
It is, he's right.
28 days plus a month. Because New Year's.
New Year's is on the 31st.
Uh-huh. So it's just about 2 months. It's closer to 2 months than
It's
it
close.
is to
It's a month and a half.
It's a month and a half.
Valentine's Day is February 14th,
Oh, you're
the
right.
middle
I don't
of
know
the
why
month.
I was thinking the end of the... Anyway.
Yeah.
But the point is, that's a lot of time.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Apologize to February.
Slap your titty. Get out of here. What I'm saying, though, is that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
To just not speak to or have... Like, how do you go months when you like somebody? With just, I don't even want to talk to you. I'm going to wait till somebody hits me up about the next month, about the next...
Because they do the date in New Year's.
Yeah.
They have the whole thing about the slutty dresses, which
right,
is
but
just
it's like,
pointing out TVMA.
But it's just dumb to me
and
how they, even when it gets more in-depth and their relationship starts to get bigger and they start to actually like each other... How do you go months without even just radio silence until like a week before, like, we're doing this for this party?
Don't they, like, have an argument at the end of New Year's or something like that? Yeah, because he leaves to go to the bathroom right as the countdown happens, and she's not happy with him.
Because of all the kissing.
And then they meet back at the candy store for Valentine's.
He's just hanging out.
I get it.
I
get it. What I'm saying is that continues to happen, though. They don't converse between every single holiday.
Well, and every time it ends in badness.
No, not every time.
Well,
not at all.
Pretty close.
Well, what about the one you were talking about, how they were just deciding whether or not they had sex? That wasn't negative. That was just... Oh,
well, no, but even still, it's that, well, I don't want to have sex with you. Well, I don't want to have sex with you. And
but
they
they
have
did.
This kind
They
of
clearly
argument.
did, and they were just saying that. And it was evident that that's how they were doing it.
But the point of the whole movie is this...
And that's my problem with it.
Right?
It's stupid.
Right? Did we do this? No, we didn't. I hate you. I hate you. But we're going to continue to Holidate.
Stupid. It's so dumb, man.
Oh, you know what's dumb? What I think was dumb that had me grinding my teeth the most of just, like, lazy writing... was introducing a lot of, side characters purely to inflict conflict. So the mother, she's just a conflict machine. She's just
a fucking
dreadful
cunt.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And then we also have, her ex and, the person he's moved on with. And, like, there's
seem
only
to be having a perfectly good time.
Luke... Can we talk about that? Why did Luke get invited to her sister's wedding? To Sloane's sister's wedding?
No, it was the
Sloane's
Halloween
brother.
party.
It was the Halloween
He was
party.
at the fucking wedding, too, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
No.
He was not. All the holidays blur together. Just too many white people. I get it.
Oh my
I get it. Too many
God.
straight white people.
Oh, you're right. It was a Halloween party. But oh yeah, she was pregnant there.
Yeah.
Also,
baby balloon.
Also, why does Sloane freak out
Every time.
She just kind of really lunges at people's throats, like, immediately. It's like, how am I supposed to like you?
Well, I was so angry when Sloane freaks out at the Halloween party when her ex-boyfriend shows up with a girl who is now pregnant, and they've been together for almost at least a year at that point.
Yeah.
Around a year.
Yeah.
Because she'd gotten out of that relationship like months before the Christmas party.
I think so.
And then
Like,
it's also,
whatever.
and then later she screams out, it's like, yeah, she's pregnant now, it means they did on Valentine's Day, and I didn't. And I'm like, honey, you just don't like yourself, honestly.
Right, and you make yourself the center of your world. Like, you think that people give a shit.
Well, she's like,
You know,
people are going to
nobody
not
gives
talk
a
about
shit.
me as the girl who shit herself on Halloween. I'm like, people aren't going to talk about you, you
Right.
know? That's it.
A, no they won't. B,
No, they
only
won't.
one guy saw that. And C, he liked you. He tried to help you get there, like get to the toilet.
She's screaming,
And
tear it
D-
off, and just
and
wiggling.
fucking bathed her afterwards.
Well,
Right.
I mean, sprayed the shower head on.
I
her back.
still like
That's
to-
more
One
than a lot of
spot.
guys would do.
My new theory, just to make the film even more interesting, is that he was a scat man. He
was
wanted
into
to
it.
see it,
He was
and then
into
she
it.
logged around, and he's like, "Damn, no scat for me."
So-
Scooty bop bop dee.
So the reason she almost shits herself is because her
He
sister.
switched out the pills.
So
He
let me
switched
get
out
that. Well, I'm trying to explain it to the audience. Shh, don't fucking spoil it. So Sloane almost shits herself because her sister gives her. It's supposed to be like an
Antacid.
an
or
antacid,
whatever.
Yeah.
but she accidentally gives her a
Dum,
laxative, which is why she almost shits
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
If he's a scat man, I feel like he goes into her purse when they get to the party and switches out the
Suddenly-
antacid with the
Or
laxative.
the sister's in on it the whole time.
I hope so.
I
I
did.
would like to believe that.
I also loved all the scenes with the spinning camera. And there was even a moment we muted the film. We literally were playing the Interstellar soundtrack.
Yeah, the docking scene.
Bum, bum.
There's a
Now
whole
you get us
scene.
demonetized. Wait, we're not monetized anyway. Who cares? Sing it anyway. Sing it.
cares?
No.
There's a whole scene in which they're having a.
You know, that's a cut you can get where I do all the sound effects for Interstellar, including the soundtrack with my mouth. Click. You are
fun
now
fact.
docked.
Yeah.
That's
We have
not
a weird.
what happens, but okay.
We have a weird audio files that we sell. You know, like we also do scat porn, but it's only the audio, and I make all the noises with my mouth.
Oh
Remember what I
yeah.
was saying.
Give it to me.
I'm so sorry
Oh, yeah.
that we made
No.
you lose your train of
There's the
thought.
whole scene in which Sloane and Lisa or Julie, the brother's fiance,
I don't know.
Slash wife.
and
The token
the
Asian character, yes.
yeah, are planning the wedding, and the whole scene is just camera on a dolly around the
Yeah,
table.
and it just spins, dude.
it
you can
spins for
clearly
like a
tell.
minute and a half.
You can clearly tell that when they went to shoot the scene, they were like, "Oh my god, this is so dialogue heavy," and they're all sitting, and we have no way to make this interesting. What do we do? And the DP went, "Well, I can put it on a dolly track and just spin around in a circle while they talk about it." And the director went, "That's what we're gonna do."
That's the
I just
one.
totally peaked it,
You
but
did.
that's fine. I
You
can
really
fix
did.
it in
I can
post.
see it right
I
there.
can fix it in post.
Never use that phrase.
It's a podcast. I will fix it in post. If I wanted to, I could go and I could. edit
Technically,
in
you
so
could
many
make it
different-
worse. See, that's the thing. They always
I
say
could
like
make it worse.
Exactly. They always say like we can fix it in post. How about I will break this in post? That should be a threat, you know, on set. Don't fuck with me. I will break this in post. Think about it. You can.
Okay, that was
Especially with Adobe Audition and like they have like that one preset called Sound Nightmare and it just blows out your ears.
Isn't there just one that's like the devil or Satan or something like that?
One I remember is called like Audio Nightmare, and I remember
Yeah.
every fucking time it always tricks me. Once a
Alright.
year, I turn on Audition, I click Sound Nightmare with my headphones. I'm like, what's it?
All right, here's what we're gonna do. For everyone who doesn't know what that is and doesn't want to pay for Adobe, I'm gonna start it here. Everyone say a line, and I'm gonna put that audio filter on it when I edit this.
Why?
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give. We'll do like 2 seconds of it. Ready?
No.
We'll all just say something at once. I'm gonna give like a
Headphone
second
users beware.
of it. Headphone weavers, all right, ready?
In 3, 2, 1.
And that's gonna have a weird filter on it. I've never heard the filter, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's awful.
I hope
It
I
is.
ruined everybody's day just now. Anyway,
Well, I mean, we gave them a
'Cause we
countdown. If
ruined
you
ours.
didn't turn it down, that's on
yeah,
you.
at least you got a
We
countdown.
warned
We got
you.
no warning.
We got
when
no
watched this
warning.
piece of shit.
I mean, we did.
No, did we?
It's a
though?
Netflix holiday romantic
Yeah,
comedy.
But who's making that other movie we want to see with Kristen Stewart?
Hulu.
See, Hulu's coming out with a romantic comedy.
But this is Netflix.
But Netflix
Hulu-
should be doing it better. They're the
Hulu
OGs.
seems. I'm actually really excited.
I kinda
to
wanna
watch
compare it to that
Hulu
movie.
Christmas film.
Do you know what we're talking
It's
about?
much more it's literally LGBT friendly.
So it's the whole
my
premise.
God.
Let me give you
Looks
just the
great.
premise real
Looks
quick. There's a gay couple. I don't remember the
which
other.
is not a part of this.
Actress.
movie.
I don't remember the other actress lead.
I'm
I don't-
sorry.
I'm sorry, and it's Kristen Stewart.
Remember Kristen Stewart?
And the other lead brings Kristen Stewart home, supposed to like meet the family, right? But in reality, they're all very conservative and don't even know that she's gay. And Kristen Stewart has to deal with the person she loves and who she intends on marrying. Like buys a like in the trailer, that's part of the things that she was gonna propose to her in front of all her friends and ask for the blessing. Doesn't A, know that she exists, B, know that they're in a relationship, or C, even know that the person she loves is actually gay.
Oof.
And have to like
Merry
and have to
Christmas.
try to like maneuver that in a Christmas movie, and that just seems so much more interesting and fun. And it's actually I know it doesn't sound like it, but it's a lighthearted, more romantic comedy, and I'm excited to watch it. I really am, because it sounds like an actually interesting story, unlike this steaming pile of shit. Again, no offense to the actors. The actors all did a good job.
The actors did a great job at portraying their bitchy characters.
Yeah. Side note. Is it weird that I just say actor, whether it's a guy or a girl? Or
Yeah,
a
I
trans
never
person?
really use actress at all.
I don't like saying actress because I feel like
Same way I call everyone a waiter. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
say
feel like-
waitress.
I feel like everyone's just the
Well,
thing.
you should never go, waitress.
Waitress! Oh, waitress! See,
Right.
I'm gonna get
it's
my
weird.
ass kicked at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I feel like other
Well, we
people
can't
would
go
get
to
up from their
restaurants,
tables
so
just to
it'll
come
be
kick
like
your
me.
ass.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the place. I think it depends on the place.
For the Carrabba's, you're getting your ass kicked. But that
What do you
was
guys have against
It's
Carrabba's?
just such a fun name to say. I've never actually been to a Carrabba's.
I've never
Pretty
seen
decent.
a Carrabba.
But I love saying the name. Coming on, gonna get your ass beat at a Carrabba's.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fun.
Okay. Now is the moment when I will bring up my favorite part of the movie.
Carrabba's.
The scat girl.
No. My boy, the Jim, Farouk. Farouk is probably the best character in this entire movie.
Yes.
And that's just because he's genuinely a nice person who genuinely expresses his feelings and is also just like a really sweet man. And all he just wants is to be happy.
And he's a doctor.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So like Farouk is the stereotypical, this is the much better man that mom tries to set up female lead with.
Sloan.
Well, I'm just saying like that's the formula.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Farouk is another token diversity,
Yep.
basically.
Indian,
Token diversity person who's Indian in this
I
case.
assume.
Yes, because they just say Farouk, and
And he's a doctor.
and he's a doctor, and he's a really good doctor, and he's good with kids, and he's
Well, he botched
good
his
looking.
finger.
He didn't really botch it. I feel like the dude was
He
just
just
bitching
can't.
about it. How much he blew his own fucking finger
Yeah,
off,
his
all
own
right?
finger off.
Yeah, and Farouk
M80.
even like
Yeah.
saves the main male lead's finger after he blows it off with an M80. He's great, super great, nice guy. Emma Roberts' character Sloane does not deserve Farouk. Farouk is a Farouk is a sweetheart, and Sloane only would make him sad. So fuck that.
But he
and
gets
it never
with
even hints
Susan
that she
at the
really
end,
likes
right?
him.
He gets
Yeah.
up with the weird aunt.
Yeah,
he
but
hooks up with
weird-
the aunt, and it's great. They fall in love.
Yeah, the aunt finally realizes what love is after being like the idea of, oh god, I'm gonna die alone for Sloane.
See, that's actually, if I will say, that's something that did frustrate me. Is she was living fast, dating a bunch of people. There was nothing wrong with that. And at the end of the day, the film still says, no, honey, you are hollow inside. I'm like, why couldn't she just be left to live her life? Why
Right.
do we have to wag our finger at her like, no, you're in your 50s going on dates? You silly old bitch.
She's
You
not
can't
even
do
in
that.
the 50s. She's 47.
You silly old bitch in your 40s.
Right, and it just goes back to the moral of this story, which is unfortunately that you're not happy unless you're in a relationship, especially when you're older. You can't, independence equals loneliness, and that's just not true. In my opinion, I guess everyone's different, but to be yourself and to be independent and proud of that does not equal you are a lonely person.
True, and if you ever think only another person can make me happy, you need to reflect on yourself. You need to think,
Yeah,
how can I make myself happy?
right.
It's touching yourself.
That's a piece of it.
That's
I
the
would
first thing. You gotta
imagine.
get that post-nut clarity and go, oh, I see now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Barrett found himself continuously going farther and farther back into decades as this movie got older.
Well, because it was
older
just
with some
so
of
many
its
tropes. Women are too emotional. Men only want to fool around once and then they disappear. And it's this back and forth. I'm gonna bang my goddamn head against a
Barrett kept going,
wall.
oh yeah, I didn't realize we were in the 70s. Oh wait, no, 60s. Oh, 50s. And it just
I
kept
ticked it
going.
down a decade every time they kept doing this. Buddy boy, we were in 1840.
Ankle was all the rage.
Oh, baby.
Well, and they have the argument in the Sprouts.
Yeah,
what if somebody just wanted some fucking chicken
The
nuggets?
dino nuggets that are on the wall, and they're arguing about.
Really, I really like you. I think you have a beautiful face.
That's another reason why Emma Roberts' character fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
Because in that argument, I'm not even gonna call it an argument. Jackson straight up professes that he likes her. Like, just says, "I like you. I think you're great," and explains
Right.
different ways. Really badly though. Like,
No, but
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like, I talk about your lips that are just always begging to be kissed. What kind of compliment
If
is that?
somebody told me
That's
that on
not
a date,
sensual.
I would already be out the door.
That's
like,
creepy.
No.
You're creepy. Stop that.
Yeah, it would just be like already, or like just. How about just talking about her as a person? I think we should just go with that.
well, there's
of-
nothing to compliment there. In
Yeah,
this
she
case.
kind of sucks. She really kind of sucks.
I like how you're very standoffish, and you argue with every single person in your life, even strangers. That's just so appealing to me.
Right.
You always must come first, no matter what's going on.
And
She
I did
does.
that the other night.
Yeah. But the point of there is they have that argument,
Even
and
in
she's
Sprouts.
like, whatever. Fuck you. Nothing changes. Nothing changes about this. We're still just an arrangement to go on, be each other's date for holiday situations. Which, you know what I found my real crux of issue is? There's a moment when he blows his fucking finger off after they get through the hospital and Emma Roberts, I keep saying Emma Roberts, when Sloane gets him back to his apartment, she mentions that she called his mother and she didn't answer, so she left a message, and it's implied that he's like, oh, my mom doesn't really care about me that much. And then it is never touched again for the rest of... He clearly has family issues, and they have the audacity to introduce the problem and then never touch... It'd be one thing if it was a side character having this issue, because they do that too. They drop the whole marriage issue thing too. I can at least swallow that, because he's like, you're not the important one. He's the important one. We don't touch...
We never get his
it's all
family.
about,
Yeah.
right? It's the whole movie is about bringing someone home to your family, and we never touch his family.
I guess you
Ever.
could say this Holidate was really a hollow date. Please stop hitting me, please.
You knew I was gonna do it. You started flinching as you finished that
Fellas,
sentence.
I just want to. I feel like I like to imagine that's just like imagine us like in a doing a podcast in like a school cafeteria. That's it. Go sit with the other podcast. I don't wanna get off the table. I tried to. I tried to sit with Cumtown and they kicked me out. Please.
Wouldn't that? I don't think we'll ever get the glory of sitting with Cumtown. That's a weird sentence.
That's a weird sentence.
The second scene of the movie is the blowjob scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when Jackson gets a blowjob from a girl at her parents' house on
then-
Christmas, who she tricked him into coming home for Christmas
Yeah.
for on their third date.
Third date.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand how he
he's
didn't.
like, we're not doing the presents thing, and then expects a present back. It's like hey, I said no to you, but I still want you to chase me.
I think the whole idea is
Deal.
that this girl's that girl at the beginning is a psychopath. Who's
Psychopath.
also a Vine star, maybe?
I also wagged my finger though at Jackson of, oh yeah, I had nothing better to do than to visit your family on Christmas. Honey, if you have nothing better to do, stay home. If you have nothing better to do on a major holiday, do not put yourself in that awkward situation.
Yeah, that is weird. Why?
Watch The Witcher.
Yeah?
What? I mean, yeah, just that's
Why
what
not?
that's
Why
let me
not?
tell
I
you.
mean, that's always a
let
good
me,
choice.
Let me tell you about my kick-ass Christmas last year. I bought two big sandwiches from Jimmy John's, some Chinese food, my favorite brand of soda to treat myself, and then I binge watched all of The Witcher. It was so good. Time of my life. I want to do it again.
I'm glad you had a great time. What did I even do? I just went and hung out with my parents for a couple days and was kind of bored. Saw my grandparents. I love my parents to death. I really do, but we have nothing in common. So I love seeing them in spurts, right? I see them for 5 hours. Mm-hmm. And that if we do more than that, right? Like I'm going home for a week at some point and being as safe as possible and doing it. And there's going to be days where I'm just going to not know what the fuck to do with myself, I'm sure.
I mean, just
Were
give
you going to say
yourself...
masturbate?
Yeah.
Just bring that up again?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know
After
what could
being
solve
out of
the-
my parents' house for long enough, it's weird to think about
was
jerking
gonna
off
say,
in my parents' house.
You know what can save this entire movie?
What?
Really?
2 masturbation sessions.
That's
One
true.
for
Yeah,
each of
some
them.
post-nut clarity out of
Right.
it.
Post not clarity to go.
Post-nut
Wait,
clarity. I like you. Do you like me? Yeah. You want to go out? Cool.
I was gonna
Done.
say post not clarity in the sense of wait, I don't need to be with someone to be happy, and the movie just ends.
No, that's her post-nut clarity, and then Jackson's is post-nut clarity is, Sloane's a fucking lunatic. I'm out of here.
I'm
Fuck
out,
this.
yeah.
Well, then also he had his own problems where he talks about leaving like a relationship and stuff, and she stole panini press, and we never touch that again
Right,
either.
again,
We just
he's
go
just
bye.
now that we're talking about it, we get almost nothing from Jackson.
No, we have no
True.
idea.
Almost nothing. He's a pro golfer,
He's just
which
I
we
nev-
never see
no,
him golf.
we see
That-
him
when
golf-
We see him practice golfing. We
in
never
the like
see him.
virtual golfing thing.
They
Yeah,
couldn't
he never
afford a golf
actually
course.
golfed.
They couldn't afford it.
I think he's on a golf course. Yeah, he's on a golf course with the King Botch at one point, but he also dumb, and I blame the production designer maybe for
don't
this.
know.
But when he blows his finger off, he put his
He's in a
whole
sling.
arm in a sling. Why?
I mean,
That's not how that works. Don't sit here and tell me that reattaching a
all
I
finger
could-
is going to put your whole
I guess
arm
all
in
I
a
could
sling.
think about is the idea of like, hey,
Don't
we
move
just exactly don't even move your hand. We don't even want the chance of it banging into something. That's all I could think.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just seems... it felt like a little much to me.
But yeah,
I
we
guess
never get...
You're a fucking adult. Pay attention to where the finger you blew off is
Yeah,
going.
you're a fucking adult, and look at what we have around us. COVID.
Yeah,
I know the
Bunch
one
of
thing-
dummies. And an emergency
Yeah.
vaccine that got greenlit today. I don't know what that actually means
Anyway.
for the country at the moment.
It's everyone gets injected with a hearty can of Campbell's tomato soup. You also get
I
a
want
I
a
don't want.
chicken
I don't.
noodle.
I want a chicken noodle.
Wait, can I get
They
chunky?
can't fit a noodle in the syringe, okay?
So you're saying I can't get chunky?
Absolutely. Actually, no. They just like jam a turkey baster in your arm.
I
think
would die instantly and
one thing-
love every second of it.
one thing that drives me insane in a lot of
I mean,
these
there's a
rom
lot
coms
of things
because
that-
I love
okay.
watching
In
rom coms
rom-coms.
just to get mad. I don't know. That's like my
forgot where
thing.
I was going with that.
Is I love to get mad at rom coms and. There's one trope that I hate the most is how literally the whole world is centered around you, where even bystanders or like just people who you don't know, strangers in public, are cheering for you.
talking about the
How
end of the
dare
movie,
you?
aren't you?
The audacity, exactly at the end where she like runs through the whole Christmas crowd, pushes Santa out of his chair, and they
No, he
actually
wasn't-
hand her the mic, and then suddenly like
Jackson.
yeah, and then the
choir.
choir's like, yeah, you go, and then the whole crowd starts cheering. What the fuck? If that happened to
No.
me in public, I'd
So-
be pissed.
You
So-
get thrown. Security will tackle you off of that fucking chair, man.
But he does the thing where he turns and walks away.
He jokes about
Right?
after she gives
I
the
wanted
big
the
emotional
movie to end there.
right after she gives the big emotional speech. He
The movie should
pretends
have
to
ended
fuck
there.
off. He should have actually fucked off, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
think
disagree
so.
Maybe
with
she
that.
would actually have a consequence
Character growth.
to any of her actions.
Right, to learn something from.
Yeah.
The biggest consequence she gets is an upset stomach in the whole movie.
Right, and Jackson would learn that, like, no, this isn't worth the emotional trauma that I
Yeah.
went through the last year. It's not worth it. The last year, the year of I get to
Ish.
see you on one
Yeah.
day every like a month and a half. I can't really speak to you because we're not supposed to talk
For
between
random
them.
holidays.
Yeah, only to like kind of sort of get a chance to maybe be with you every time, even though we have a phenomenal time together every single time we hang out. That would
Right.
fuck me up, dude. I wouldn't be all right.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
make it through 2 dates maybe
Yeah.
before I'm like, are we? I can't do this anymore. Are we a thing or what? What's going on? Because you know what I mean.
Yeah. I understand.
Anyway,
I
are
mean-
we to a point where we can start kind of winding down? Yeah,
I just
we're at
think
38 minutes.
we're-
I think we're fine.
I think we're to the point at which we've said it's a bad movie.
It's just
You're gonna have a bad time.
There are so many other Christmas movies, holiday movies, whatever you want to call it, that would fill the void so
better
much better.
rom-coms.
It is.
There are okay.
Yeah.
I want each of us to name our favorite rom com. That's what I want. I think I know what yours is gonna be. I don't know what yours is gonna be.
Whatever the movie we watched with.
Oh, you might steal his.
Great names.
You might
Yeah,
steal his.
fuck off. Just go. Say it.
I genuinely can't think of one.
I can think of one that I know that you love.
Yeah.
The one that we watched
Oh.
together.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, so good.
I knew you were both
Loved
going to say that. I knew
it.
you were going to say that.
No,
So great.
It's
A
not Nick and
plus.
Nora's Infinite
No,
Playlist
I've
with
never seen that.
You watched
did?
it with us.
You totally watched it with us.
Yeah.
Oh
Nick and
yeah,
Nora's
I
Infinite
hated
Playlist.
it. Yeah,
You
that
didn't
was
like Nick and Nora's
It
Infinite
was so
Playlist?
good. It's so sweet.
My goodness, I really liked that one.
we will discuss this later. No, not Seth Rogen. Is it
Oh,
Seth
yeah,
Rogen?
Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron.
Yes,
the long
thank
shot.
you.
Long shot. Oh, you know
Yes.
what? Actually, I gotta.
It's a dope movie.
I
Long
think
shot.
both of those are great. You can watch either of those. The one I'm gonna say is nowhere near as good as those. It just has a nice place in my heart.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
It's a tie between Hitch and
You're
is it
pathetic.
The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds
Yes,
and
it's
Sandra
The
Bullock?
Proposal.
I could watch both of those movies all day, any day.
You sicken
They
me.
are nowhere near as. Here's why though. Here's my argument. It's because this is supposed to be like a popcorn movie, right? This is a movie you eat popcorn to, and you turn your brain off. You don't think about. I'm gonna argue Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, as well as not as much The Long Shot, but more Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist is a much more thought-provoking movie. Like you enjoy seeing the growth of these people.
I feel like they grow, but they also cover their asses. Where there were never moments where I'm like, well, wait, this trailed off. No, they were consistent the whole time.
No, I agree. It's a much better we really tried movie. Romantic comedies typically aren't a we really tried movie. It's a let's play on the heartstrings until you love everything.
I mean,
about
there
it.
is
exactly, and that's why I kind of really like Hitch, and why I kind of really like The Proposal, because not for the story so much as the talent and how they interact with each other in the stories. Does that make sense?
That's fair. I
And
think
Betty White's a fucking gem in The Proposal, by the way. Such a gem.
I know the one, and later I will have a very long rant about this. The audacity of this film, and how some people could pitch it as like, you know, a great film, is What If?
My boy.
From 2013. I'm gonna
Baby Quaid.
You gotta I'm already pacing back and forth like a boxer, just like a mouse, I'm gonna kick your ass in 6 months. I'm just the audacity of this film.
Yeah.
The gall.
It's really rough. Well, see, that's the other thing too with stuff like The Proposal and Hitch is at least the morals that they try to teach by the end of it are good, actual life lessons to take away. Like with Hitch, the moral of the story is there is no manual to figuring out men or women. There's no way to say if you like somebody, it's because you actually connect with that person. Mm-hmm. That's how that happens, right? That's how a true love happens is that connection on a deep level. And
that's
it doesn't
why
happen by I like that person. I think they're attractive. If I hire this person, they're going to help me figure it out, and it's going to happen, right? It says that that's not a thing.
That's why you take out the middleman. You duct tape a fleshlight to the top of your desktop computer, and that's it. Problem solved.
Gross. It's gross.
Do we all agree that Coneheads was a better movie?
I'd
than
rather
this?
watch Coneheads.
Well, let me ask. Yeah, actually, I think I would.
I would
well,
rather
let me
watch
ask you
Coneheads.
this, Ethan, because Ethan and I watched the 2016 film Warcraft last night.
I've seen it.
Dreadful.
I've seen it. It's bad.
Did you have a better time with Warcraft or this film?
A better time?
Or I guess overall, which was less
on a
egregious?
scale of 1 to 10, or if I was giving the movies a rating,
Sure.
Which one rates
5,
lower?
This does.
This rates lower than Warcraft.
This rates lower than Warcraft.
I
because
think that's
Warcraft
the big
at
thing.
least has visuals going for it.
It's true, at least more.
Most of the time.
Well, yeah, but there was Warcraft. The fault of the movie is its story, right?
Yes and no. I think the fault is how they tried to tell the story more than the story itself.
Well, yeah, but I watched it. I'm not a fan of Warcraft or any of that.
So it all went right over your head, right?
I have no
Same.
clue what's going on.
Yeah, I saw that with a now ex-girlfriend in theaters, and she was way into it, so she was mesmerized the whole time, loved every second of it, and I just sat there going, this kind of looks cool, but what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm just
I'm so
no
confused.
charisma. Everything's too cartoony. I don't understand. But I guess the difference was, I wasn't mad watching that. I was actually still laughing. That's so dumb. You're so dumb. I was having fun. This one, I was just getting more heated as the film went on.
In this, all the characters are bitchy. There's no depth to them.
It's
dated in ideals.
The deepest characters are the side characters.
It's true.
It's Farouk and Susan, in my opinion, by far.
Yep.
They are the deepest emotional characters in a romantic comedy. That's not about them.
Right?
And Farouk gets it the deepest, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we missed our high five.
Hold on.
That's
That was
good.
that was
good.
perfect.
We didn't
It was
know.
perfect.
I must fix it. I'll do it on your face. No, okay, never mind. We're good.
Um,
I'm gonna add in a slap now. No, I won't. I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, you're gonna do that work.
No, I already have a mountain of shit that I've already
know.
said that I'll do for the last episode.
It's fine.
No, I'm gonna do it. I've committed.
Great.
All right,
Well,
so ending thoughts. Fuck this movie and everything it stands for, honestly. And I don't mean that like that's a saying for some people. That's literal in this. Fuck it and everything it stands for. Seriously.
fuck you and the holiday horse you rode in on.
McG, don't do this again, please.
Somebody gave this a 5 stars.
Tell them I will fight them. Wait, what does it say? I want to see this review. I want to read this.
We're gonna read this out loud.
Okay.
Let's each read like 2 sentences so we can all get it.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
We're moving it.
So 5 stars. Opposed to all the negative reviews I read, I loved this movie. As a fan of romantic comedies, I've seen my fair share of cliches. Like Netflix's generic new princess switch movie, with that no personality prince. That's just the end of the sentence. This one was surprisingly keeping me off my phone, giving of authentic Christmas vibes. What? Without you wanting to drown yourself in a caramel swirled hot chocolate or have gingerbread man slap you to death. Where the fuck is this going? It was not itself too serious, and I thought the plot was somethingly fresh. Somethingly? That's not a word.
Not only blatantly wrong, that's just gross.
I never say this about those kinds of movies, but I want to watch it again
Oh
soon.
my God.
So first of all, just misspelled, just no nonsense anything.
Can I see that? Can I see it? No, bring it back up. Bring the review up. Yep. Hey, Lexi G. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop right now. Thank
Stop
you.
touching my mic.
Sorry, I just needed to get close for that one because I hate you, Lexi.
One of the best movies I have ever watched.
You wanna read this one?
One of the best movies I have ever watched. Sincerely, Emma Roberts and Luke Bracely did a very good acting.
A very good acting, you guys.
Dude,
They have
such a good acting
And
together.
the award for best acting.
This is just the perfect explanation of when you think there is no hope and you're going to stay single forever. But this knight on a shining armor saves the day and makes you fall even more in love with this movie. Just to think that they went from being complete strangers to having this great chemistry and really being close. And being really close makes people hope on love.
I love kicking these people. I want to read another.
Now it's my turn. Get out of here.
We should only
My
read
turn
one
to
more.
All
I
right,
think
then
we're.
I get to read it
Yeah.
because you. Oh, that's 5 stars.
Here's
right
another.
there.
We're only reading 5 stars.
Oh, hello, Angel. All right. Angel says, I loved this film. It really shows that whenever you think there is no hope at all, there is somewhere.
Somewhere. What is where? What is
I don't
somewhere
know.
to
Can I
them?
get a geological location on that one? Or geographical?
Yeah.
I love the bond between Sloane and Jackson. They went from total strangers to becoming really close. Luke Bracey and Emma Roberts are amazing actors in the film. And the film was both hilarious and sweet. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. This is one of those things on Netflix that I'd watch again. Highly recommend.
I feel
What
like
the
all
fuck?
of these
How
were
do you-
written by bots.
Either bots or
Well, except for the
they're
other
all-
2 that were just broken.
Right.
I
I think
that.
they're just middle-aged women, dude.
Well, yeah.
Maybe that's the target demographic. And
See, and then we
just
started
out
getting
of
to the
touch.
2.
Maybe we're just out of touch
This
with
honestly
middle-aged
makes
white
me
women.
mad reading. This movie was hilarious. Not really. Talk about hilarious.
There was, I think we laughed twice in an hour and 45 minutes.
Here's an aggressive one. I wish I can reply to the 1-star freaks here because they're acting like babies. I'm give you a short summary of this movie and you decide if you watch it. Oh god, I gotta read the rest of this.
Oh.
A lot of sexual talk and cussing. Parentheses. Funny as fuck.
Not.
Characters are hot. King Batch is in this.
Gross.
It has every holiday in this movie.
No, it doesn't.
Main characters love each other, but are scared to admit it. How is that a bonus?
That's not a good thing.
Funny and random in all caps.
Neither of those things
It's
are true.
long and oh my god, it's top 3 on Netflix. Go watch it.
right now. Or a
See,
bunch of ends.
I'm just hearing old, or not old. I'm just hearing like 35-year-old.
She
white
marked
woman.
herself as a university student.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the
Is
worst.
bad.
Whoever
All right,
you are, you're
I'm
the
done.
worst. All right,
We're done.
Final-
Fuck Holidate. Fuck it. Fuck it so
This has
hard.
been a great
Oh,
episode.
thanks, BuzzFeed. I appreciate you. Yes, there are good, bad movies, but Netflix's Holidate is a bad movie. Thanks,
Finally, BuzzFeed and I agree on something.
BuzzFeed out here with the real facts.
Also, the Cinco de Mayo scene with the lighting.
It's so
super
bad.
So bad.
Yeah, the lighting is awful for that
In
whole
a
scene.
lot of scenes, actually.
It's gross. Where did the money go that Netflix gave them?
Oh, that's what I was looking
Genuinely
at. Actually,
curious.
was what the budget.
All right, let's look at the budget, and that'll piss us off more, and then we got to wrap it up. We rambled for so long in this
There's
one.
not even. Oh, there is a Netflix wiki page. $21 million.
And you spent it already?
They got $21 million for that, and there was grain in fucking shots? There were shots that weren't lit well enough? There were some that they clearly didn't even plan out until they were on set that day shooting it? I'm angry. This has been Jabbermouths.
And we're angry, and we're gonna leave it.
Merry
at that.
goddamn Christmas.
And a happy new year. Fuck Holidate. Was episode 7.
Something
you
like
guys.
that. Was it 7?
This is episode 7. We are approaching double-digit episode, boys.
How should we celebrate? Getting one extra whole viewer? Oh, gee whiz.
I fucked up. I paused it.
No, Jay, just leave
Great.
it. It's fine. Just leave it
leave
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
It'll wherever it cuts, and I'll explain that we paused it.
Or
It's
just cut it out.
Yeah, we're probably gonna cut a bunch of this out. See you guys next week, everybody.
See you
Fuck
next
this.
week.
I'm going to
This is a
bed.
bad movie.
Happy holidays, you sacks of shit.
We love you.